To cultivate an abundance mindset, you immediately need to adopt this belief that there is plenty to go around to everyone, including yourself. Living in a lack mindset really does limit you. It can be incredibly suffocating, and without even realizing it, it can actually really restrict you. It restricts your potential and perception of what is possible, and it can make you feel incredibly stuck. I was inspired to make today's video because I think pure happiness comes from having an abundance mindset. Abundance mindset is expansive. It fosters creativity, innovation, and happiness, and overall just leads you to live a more fulfilling life. When we talk about the concepts of a lack mindset and an abundance mindset, we really are getting to the core of the philosophy of manifestation, which I will talk a bit about near the end of the video. Before we talk about what a abundance mindset is, I would like to firstly just discuss the signs of having a lack mindset, because if you feel that you are struggling with a lack mindset, you need to start building awareness around how it is actually manifesting. So to alliterate, a lack mindset is this feeling of not having enough. It's seeing the glass half empty, and it's also this belief that you're almost not worthy of attracting anything good in your life, or that good things just don't happen to you. A lack mindset can really manifest in a lot of ways. It's usually to do with money, love, career, and your self-development. It's being afraid of making mistakes. It's a fear of never being enough. It's being jealous of other people's success. It's this feeling of being unworthy of love. It's feeling like you're not smart enough or attractive enough or rich enough. There is a lot of ways that we can live in a lack mindset. Some may resonate, some may not, but essentially it is living in a limiting belief mindset, which is any thought or belief that you hold about yourself or even others that restricts you in some way. We get into this way of thinking for a variety of reasons, and it will look different for everyone, but in my opinion, I think that limiting beliefs and being in a lack mindset comes from a place of insecurity. If you don't feel secure in yourself, your abilities, your worth, then you are at risk of being in a lack mindset. Insecurity is telling yourself that I'm not enough. If you tell yourself every day that I am unlovable, you are limiting yourself to love. If you tell yourself every day I'm unhappy, then you are limiting yourself to happiness. If you live in fear of judgment and rejection and perfectionism, you can really limit yourself by not putting yourself out there and trying new things. You actually limit your experience. Insecurity is an underlying feeling that you are not safe, capable, and valued. Insecurity manifests a lack mindset. So how do you cultivate a abundance mindset? If there is anything that you do or take away from this video, it is that you start forming the belief that there is enough resources, opportunities, money, happiness to go around to everyone. You need to start seeing the glass half full. It's having a belief that good things do happen to you, and you are worthy of them. Shifting towards an abundance mindset does take conscious effort and practice. Unfortunately, it is much easier to focus on the negative things in our lives. We need to be intentionally finding the positive things in our life. We can generate a more positive and optimistic mindset. Now, one of the easiest ways to do this is probably not a surprise, but it is the practice of gratitude. Now, there are so many ways that you can practice this, but essentially every day you want to be acknowledging and appreciating the positive things you do have in your life. So a big one is having a gratitude journal. So every night before bed you jot down maybe 3 to 5 positive things or things that you are grateful for in your life. It's a really great place to start if you've never done any form of gratitude practice. Personally really like practicing gratitude at different times in my day to build that conscious habit around practicing gratitude. Every kind of morning when I wake up, I like to feel my pillows and my duvet and my mattress, and I just like to say thank you for such a comfy bed that's just given me such a good sleep. I'm so grateful that I can come back to this later on tonight. When I'm drinking coffee in the morning, I say thank you for this brew. It's going to give me some energy for the day, and it just feels so comforting and warm, and I'm so grateful that every day I get to experience having a coffee first thing in the morning. I personally find that gratitude sort of works best for me the more I integrate all of my senses, so such as sight, taste, and smell. Gratitude feeling is much more stronger when the senses are all integrated, and the stronger the sort of the gratitude, the more you get into an abundance mindset and the more full you feel. And when you feel full, you don't feel like you need anything else. You're just very, very content. But we do need to be practicing gratitude during times that maybe don't feel so good. For example, I work in recruitment, and I recently wrote a advertisement for quite a senior manager at my work. Sent it to them and they returned it, and they had pretty much just butchered the whole advertisement and said this isn't what the role does. They did apologize, which is kind. My initial reaction was, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, I can't do my job, they must think I'm useless, oh my god, I suck, I did a really bad job. Sort of caught the limiting belief before it sort of went down that deep dive of negative thinking. Actually reframed it, and I thought, I'm so grateful that, you know, they ripped it apart. I mean, it is their role that they're recruiting for, so they definitely know the role better than me. I think it's great that they had the opportunity to reflect on what they want and what they don't want, and I helped influence that. They didn't accuse me of being bad at my job. They didn't say anything mean or horrible. The only one that was saying mean and horrible things was my mind. And actually in the end, they actually decided to put the recruitment on hold because they wanted to actually think a bit more about what they wanted this role to do. You can see how easy it is to choose that lack limiting belief thought system. So you do have to be very conscious and aware and really deliberately change your attitude to be more positive. Bit of a random example, but I guess what I'm trying to highlight, the moments where your insecurities are going to be challenged is exactly when you need to be making the conscious effort to choose an abundance mindset rather than a limiting one, which really builds greater resilience. So bouncing back from setbacks and really seeing everything as just an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop. That is a abundance mindset. Another way that you can cultivate an abundance mindset is probably not going to be a surprise, but it is through generosity. When you are giving, you are actively demonstrating that you have enough. You have enough to share, which fosters a sense of abundance and trust. The important thing to understand about generosity is that when you give, you can't expect anything in return. If you give and you have the secret agenda of hoping that they're going to give something back, that depletes the genuineness of generosity. It comes from a lack mindset. Now, generosity is more than giving away money, although that is a great way to be generous. It's not the only way. It can actually be really small and simple. It's giving genuine free compliments to someone, telling someone who tells you a really great idea, you tell them, wow, that's a really great idea. I had never thought of that. It's being courteous and polite. It's holding doors open for people, letting people go before you. It's saying please and thank you, having good manners. It's even just simply smiling at random strangers on the street. I actually love smiling at people. Even if they don't smile back, I just am like, a smile. I don't know, there's something about a smile exchange that just really fills my cup. It's just so simple and easy, and it just really does shift your mood. Do notice it next time you do it. Give it a go. When you're just walking in the street, just smile at someone, and when they smile back, it's just like, oh, so sweet. It's really being generous with your time as well, offering help without being asked. For example, I had a colleague the other day who was really slammed with work, back-to-back meetings, lots of work in between meetings, and they were just like, oh, I just don't have time to get a coffee. And I was like, I will go get you one. And I went and got them one. It was really easy. Took it back to them and they were so appreciative, and I didn't do it out of a need for something to be returned. I just really sort of empathized, I suppose, with their situation. Nothing is worse than feeling really slammed at work and not having enough time to get coffee. So I just felt really bad for them and I wanted to help. It's also about being very present with people when you're talking to them, or they're talking to you, really actively listening, taking everything in, giving your undivided attention, not being distracted. But it's also about, sharing your wisdom and knowledge with other people. People who are in a lack mindset are very hesitant to give information to others out of fear that they may use the information against them, to trump them or do better than them. Abundance really is about believing that there is enough to go around and you don't need to withhold. Again, being generous has to come from a place of genuineness. If you give from a place of resentment or obligation, your intention is coming from a place of lack. But when it's genuine, This is also when the sort of feel-good chemicals such as dopamine are released, which creates that positive feedback loop, keep encouraging you to do it again. It's about giving from the heart without any expectation of getting it back. As mentioned at the start of the video, a lack mindset and abundance mindset really are fundamental to the philosophy of manifestation, and the practices of generosity and gratitude are very, very important to manifestation. Manifestation at its core is this idea that your beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and actions create your desired reality. Manifestation is often associated with law of attraction, which suggests like attracts like. If you have a lack mindset and you are always focusing on what you don't have or what's missing in your life, means that your emotional and energetic output is coming from a place of lack. You are sending a signal to the universe, one of scarcity, and as a result, based on manifestation principle, you will attract more of it. This means a lower vibration, emotions such as anxiety, fear, resentment, jealousy attracts situations of that same low vibration. Abundance mindset is the opposite. You believe that there is more than enough to go around to everyone. Believe that you are worthy of good things. When you hold this belief, you are in a high vibration. You're more optimistic, positive, content, at peace. You're excited by possibilities. You're open. And when you are in this vibration, it means that you attract experiences that align with that vibration. Again, like attracts like. Manifestation is about aligning your internal state with your external desires. Practices such as gratitude and generosity shift you to a abundance mindset. If you want love, you have to think, believe, and act from a loving place to attract love. If you want money, you have to have a rich mindset. You have to give away money and trust that it will come back to you, because what you put out there will come back. When we're in abundance mindset, we can thrive. We build really meaningful connections with others, experience joy, contentment, and fulfillment. You have to be genuine. Gratitude is feeling full from the heart. Generosity is giving from the heart. Giving from the heart without expectation of anything in return, because you have enough, are enough, full, content. Start really small. Just notice opportunities to practice gratitude and generosity. Just really watch the positive impact it has on your life and other people's lives. Really feel this sense of expansion. The more that you practice it, the more you'll start to notice how many opportunities show up in your life that feel very aligned. Before you know it, you will have a abundance mindset, but you will also be living a very abundant life. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments how you've recently practiced gratitude and generosity and how it felt for you. Again, it is a practice. We do really have to be intentional about it to make it a lasting habit so that we can live really full, abundant lives. Give yourself lots of love, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.